Hello and welcome to the FPL Lock-In, the Saturday night reaction stream, where we've now done 6 of these trigs and we've not actually reacted to anything because there's been no football to react to. But 6 days, Trig, in 6 days we will be here.
Shit. Hang on.
What's up, mate? What's good? I think we're live, Trig. Could be live. Let us know in the chat.
Very sorry. Very sorry, people. I had the YouTube open.
Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah, in 6 days, Trig, we will be talking about football. Actual real life football.
I can't wait.
I know. It's taken it felt like the longest pre-season ever as a content creator. You know what I mean? It just because usually you can just shut off, but it just seems to have been dragging on. It's like waiting for Christmas, isn't it?
And the game opened late, and we're still finding it interminable wait, aren't we?
I know. So in this one, this is basically going to be a Q&A. So we've got some questions that were sent to us on Twitter and Blue Sky, but we're going to prioritise questions in the chat because you guys are here watching. We will address those questions if we have time. Certainly some of them. And there's a couple of things before we get on to that you want to discuss, isn't there, Trigger? So we'll have a look at those.
I've got some very good differentials.
And we've got that table in there as well, mate. But before we do that, let's say hello to some people in the chat. Hi, Kyle, who's here before and has been putting loads of messages in. Hi, Hippie. Hi, Dr. Dave. Hi, FPL, the other gunner, Sammy. How you doing, mate? He's been posting lots of things on Blue Sky today. Good to see you, mate. I'm going to scroll through all of Cal's messages deleted. Triggerlips, who's here, of course, he's also here.
I'm not Triggerlips anymore. Trigger.
Trigger.
I don't like that name anymore. I don't use that name anymore.
Okay.
Don't like it.
Roberto is here, one of our podcast hosts. Quace, General Zod, all is around. Hello, everyone. FPL Robert Ducky. Oh, we've got a lot of people in. 40 at the start. We're
that's unbelievable.
Busy one. I know, it's definitely the most we've had 5 minutes into the stream. So, how we could? All right, we'll do our usual sort of plugs first. So this is part of 2 PubCast weekly live streams we're doing this season. We're doing a Wednesday preview stream and then this Saturday night reaction stream. The Wednesday stream is called the FPL PubCast. We've set up a mini league. There's already about 150 people in there. If you would like to join us, you can do so. We would love you to join us using the code S3DHWZ. That's S3DHWZ. You can also click the link in the description and it will automatically sign you in. Just a note for regular PubCast viewers, we're anticipating we may be going at 7:30 this week instead of 6 because to accommodate a special guest, shall I say, Triggerlips. All right? Trig. Sorry. We won't say who it is yet in case it doesn't happen. But so we will probably be going a little bit late on Tuesday. But looking forward to that one as well. It's going to be a proper game week preview, isn't it, Trig? It's going to be. We're getting in there. We're getting into proper FPL. I'm really excited, mate.
It's going to be really proper, isn't it? I hope it's not on at the same time as the PSG match against Tottenham.
Oh,
could be actually, couldn't it? It could be. If we go at 7:30, we're going to.
But to be honest with you, Trig, who's going to watch that apart from Tottenham fans? I mean, I suppose some people might, but it's a glorified friendly, really, isn't it?
Well, it's a proper cup. Proper cup, cup.
You're only saying
like
that.
The World Cup, like the World Club Cup.
Yeah, I know. You're only saying that because Chelsea won it. Okay. All right. So we're going to go over a couple of sides Trig wanted to discuss. But just a reminder, please do put your questions in the chat, and we'll get to them once Trigger's talked us through these couple of slides he wanted to talk to us about. So Trig, you are going to have to guide me on this because I don't know exactly what you want to talk about here.
Well, over to I, to be honest. But I think most of the questions are probably going to be around these blooming defensive points, aren't they? I mean, D-Unit was saying earlier on that when Man United were playing their friendly, everyone was talking about Fernandes and how many clearances he'd made and all that sort of thing while the game was going on, discussing defensive points.
So, and it's WhatsApp group.
And yeah, when he was watching the match.
Right.
It's crazy, isn't it, that we got to that state of affairs, really. But I've just put this up to highlight the fact that I think we're going to have to play a bit differently this season. I'd quite like to know from the chat whether they plan to play exactly the same as they normally do.
Yeah.
Or whether they're going to make allowances for... I know you're a big FPL review fanboy.
Yeah, I am.
And I'm sure you will be taking some notice.
Is this the new one?
Making your team. This is from Solio.
So this is predicted points for these players for the first 6 game weeks?
For the first 6. That's correct. First 6. Okay. And you can see that even after, if you do it for the first 12 weeks, it's pretty much the same. But you can see that Anderson's predicted to get more points than the likes of Nori, Guardiola even, Kirkes. I think even more than Cucurella on the 12-week thing. A Fulham defender who's got very little goal threat is predicted to get more points than the likes of Cucurella for Chelsea, who is a top-notch attacking fullback.
But wasn't Anderson... Wasn't he only 12th in the defensive contributions last year? I'm sure I read that on Fantasy Football Scout. He wasn't like Tarkowski miles ahead of everyone else.
No, he's not. I think he's about 40% every match to get them.
It's not amazing, is it?
No, he's extremely high on here. But I think D-Unit, for example, was saying that they've completely stuffed up by doing that, and they've just got it wrong. But I think we need to consider the fact that maybe they've got it right and that we need to start really rethinking how we play the game because, obviously they can put all the data in and come to a conclusion that maybe we're not. We're so used to looking for attacking players, aren't we? So,
yeah, and as we predicted, of course, a couple of weeks ago on the Lock-In review and its new Solio tool has come out, and all of a sudden all the big FPL content creators teams are suddenly containing these Andersons, and Tarkowski seems to be in everyone's team now, reacting to them, don't they? I think it's gonna I noticed FPL Review had updated today and now Anderson's in its draft, and I think the models are slowly factoring in the defensive contribution points more. Do you know what I mean? But it's not just people who look at models, it's all of us. I mean, all of us have got to think about it, haven't you? Do you reckon it's a positive thing, or do you think it's just a nightmare?
No, I think it's a nightmare. Yeah, I don't think it's a positive, really. We have to... I mean, most of us have spent all pre-season talking about defensive contribution points, haven't we? Which is not really what we want to be talking about. We want to be talking about attacking play. Well, you've already put the screen up. But no, I think we did all have Tarkowski in that in, didn't we, before review came out? Because we knew that
he's not been in any of my drafts. I'm not spending 5.5 on an Everton defender.
It is going to be very interesting to see who is right, whether it's the likes of Solio here or whether it's D-Unit in the fact that it's all a big being overplayed.
Yeah, because
I guess we're soon going to find out.
I'm a bit outnumbered, really, aren't I? Because like most managers, I either follow those sort of models now, or they're sort of 50-50 on them. But I happen to have like 4 co-hosts on the PubCast, and also yourself, all who basically hate models apart from me. So I'm a little bit outnumbered, really, aren't I? Although they're saying that you look. At
I don't know. I don't hate them. No,
you look at them, don't you?
I don't. Well, this year I am, because I think you have to with these new changes. And that's why I don't like the changes, because they have forced me to take note of analytics. And I think you've got to now, and this is what I was saying on my video yesterday, that you really need to change the way that you play, because the game has changed. It's fundamentally changed, doesn't it? It's not the same game at all. if they'd just given an extra point for a clean sheet or something instead to help defenders, then it wouldn't have changed the actual nature of the game. But this change is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yes,
I really love Solio. I love Solio, and it's not for pressing the button and picking a team. It's the fact you can go into all these little boxes here and change everything that you want, and it's really customizable, and it actually helps. Even if you only watch football matches, it helps you to kind of pick your players.
But Solio's, if it's based on predicted market odds, how does it predict defensive contribution points?
It's not all on. It's two parts basically. Like one part of it's like review.
Yeah.
And the betting part hasn't actually even started yet. They haven't actually plugged it into the betting markets yet. So we're actually only seeing half as Solio at the moment.
Oh, so when they plug it into the betting market, it's all changing even more.
Once they plug it in, all these are going to be changing live and, reacting to every little thing. But at the moment, they're only like changing once a day because they're being manually adjusted by the people that run Solio.
Oh, it's interesting. I mean, it'll be interesting to see because it's almost like a new test for them. I mean, I know Solio's not been around before, but it's a new test for FPL Review because, I mean, I said in my video I released a couple of days ago, FPL Review's not always brilliant. It was shite the first half of last season, wasn't it? So it'll be good. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they can handle what they predict these things. But yeah, just having a look. High Life in the Labyrinth. Hi, Steve. Put this saying these aren't analytics, these are projections. Yeah, these are projections for each of these players will score in game week 1, game week 2, game week 3, etc. Hello, Zykel, who joined us last Saturday. You were impressed, weren't you?
Mr. Zykel. Yeah.
You were impressed because you were quite panicked about having, a non-FPL content creator on, weren't you? But then he was very impressed. He was very impressive, wasn't he?
He was very good, wasn't he? Vampire, as somebody called him, didn't they? Because they could only see his eyes.
Yeah, the only slight issue was your lighting, Christian. Was your lighting. Right, so we have a look at the next thing you wanted to talk about, Trig, before we get on to the questions. Right.
Gary is a review boy, and I actually asked him who these players were. So who are these players, Gary?
Got no idea.
See, he doesn't even watch football. This is what I'm talking about. He's a typical review boy, isn't he, Gary? Doesn't even know who these people are. Tell him, peeps. Tell him.
Tell us in the chat, who are these 3 players?
Somebody tell us who these 3 players are.
Do you know, Trig?
Of course I know. I just don't know anything about them. I was going to research them, but I didn't have time.
I take it these are very low-owned players who maybe are new in the league. That be...
They are 3 very good differentials, these 3. So we shall start with, I can't even remember what their prices are. Now let's go and have a look. First one, of course, is Stately Home. That's a clue for you. Who's Stately Home?
Oh, Kevin Dewsbury Hall.
Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, it's good. I don't recognise him in a shirt. Is that?
Yeah, as it be his Chelsea top.
That's why, because you've never seen him. I've never seen him play for Chelsea. He only played
What do you mean? I'll tell you what, right? He came on for Chelsea, and when he first joined, everyone didn't like him because they thought he was just like Maresca's pet from Leicester. But he was a really good professional, and he, like in the Club World Cup, I think he scored in the semi-final, and he was a really good professional. He didn't complain because he wasn't used all that much, and very good. He's 5 million, and he's gone to Everton, and he's been playing as a number 10, or he did today or yesterday.
Right. Okay.
And it looks like he could well be Everton's number 10. He's obviously not a very intricate sort of a number 10. He's not that sort of player. But he's very hard-working, box to box. And if he is in the number 10, I think he could do quite well.
So with him and Grealish now, do you think indeed he's a lesser option? Because, I mean, he's been in
I think he is.
Everyone's draft, hasn't he?
I mean, Dewsbury Hall is 1.5 million cheaper, I think. Because indeed he's 6.5. Dewsbury Hall's only 5 million. He only got 18 points last season. But he didn't really play, did he?
No, it's potential.
But Everton, he's going to be playing the whole time. and he's pretty good. He is pretty good. He's still a young player, I think, and he improved at Chelsea.
He was on set pieces as well today, General's odd Sam.
Yep, on the set pieces. I think he's a very good look for 5 million. I don't think he'll get you defensive contribution points. But I mean, if you've got someone like Anderson in your team, the midfielder, who's, going $500,000 cheaper for someone like Dewsbury Hall, who will probably get a few more attacking returns than Anderson, could well be an interesting option.
No, a bit cheaper.
Because they've got Sunderland in the first game, haven't they? Oh, no, Leeds. They're playing Leeds, aren't they? But they have got good fixtures.
Yeah. So the chat seems to think it's Fulcrum, the West Ham striker. Are they right?
Yep. Chat are good.
Yeah. There's some debate over who the third person is. Some are saying Muniz, but I saw another name somewhere.
Muniz. Well done to that person.
Oh, it is Muniz. Okay, I think
Gary will be giving you a beer later.
Someone guessed Josh King, but it's not Josh King then. All right, I think it was...
No, that's Muniz.
Nikolai. Oh, no, Nikolai wasn't the first person. I think Cal's the first person to get them all right. Well done, Cal. You win our appreciation.
For example, right, who should we talk about next? That's Dewsbury Hall, pretty much. I think you should all go and look at him. I can't do all the work for you. You've got to go and have a look and see for yourselves. But I do think he is a genuine shout for a fifth midfielder spot.
What about the West Ham
and
striker?
Fulcrig, who cost I think he cost 18 million or something, didn't he? Or
it's a bit,
quite a few million when he joined, and he's been injured pretty much all the time. He'll play 1 or 2 games and he'll get injured. He's not injured now, and he's scored in every single one of West Ham's friendly games.
Oh, really?
And he's playing up top with Bowen, and they are playing Sunderland in game week 1. And I think his price, let me have a look. Maybe someone else can beat me to it.
What are they playing? Are they playing a 4-4-2 then, or is one of them playing out wide?
4-4-2, I think.
Really?
Something like that.
Bit of an old,
but he's
old school.
6 million. Yeah, but the manager is pretty old school, isn't he?
Christian's saying he's 5 million. Or is he maybe
6 million full plug?
He might be talking about the other lad.
But a lot of people are going Thiago, right? A lot of people are going Thiago, who we haven't even seen play, who was injured for a whole year and hasn't scored at all in pre-season, I think. So people are going for him, but why aren't they prepared to go for this guy instead, who scored in every pre-season game? I know it's only pre-season, but he did come with quite a good reputation to West Ham and hasn't really had much of an opportunity, really. Only got 42 points last season. But when they're playing Sunderland in game week 1, it's a shout, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, Bowen's in my draft at the minute, Cal. I've got Bowen and Watkins at the moment. It has changed. That's changed a bit. Sorry, man.
The thing for cheap strikers is it is all about form and confidence as well, isn't it? And he's scored in every pre-season match. So you've got to assume he's getting his confidence back. Probably sees this season as like a new start, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Kudos is gone. So they've got a few less attacking options now, haven't they? So maybe he's going to play a bigger role.
So what about
I quite like him.
What about you, Muniz? I mean, as someone who's not been following pre-season, my first thought is Raul Jimenez.
No, Muniz has been starting over Raul Jimenez.
Really? Okay.
He's still very young, Muniz. He's only 22 or something, I think, isn't he? I'm not sure.
Jimenez he's got to be getting on a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it looks like Muniz is going to be the starting striker at Fulham. And so that chart, we had a Solo earlier on. They've got him really low down. But if you go onto his box and adjust his minutes from the low minutes are on at the moment up until if you put 70 minutes in, for example, or 65 minutes, then his ranking improves significantly, that's kind of way you have to use Solo to make adjustments. People that just press the button don't see those sort of things. But if Muniz is starting for Fulham, he could be very good value. I think he's only 5.5 million, isn't he?
Don't know, but if someone would tell us in the chat. I'm saying Jimenez started today. Nunes didn't play. Paul saying new here.
I thought he did play.
Maybe they both played. Paul saying new here. What are your thoughts on review and the new models? So I'm a big fan of review, Paul. I've not looked at Solio yet. To be honest with you, Trig, I think as a big fan of review, Solio has to kind of convince me of what it's worth before I'm going to go out and start using it. That makes sense.
Well, I'm a big fan of Solio rather than review because it's not about just pushing the button. Like I feel like review's a bit more about pushing the button.
Yeah.
But I don't even push the button much on Solio. I just go into those player projections and play around with them. And, like I can watch a game of football and go and input my own stuff into the thing on Solio rather than just press a button to see what it recommends.
Yeah, it's not nice. You've been enjoying playing with, haven't you? Like a
toy. There's such a good little interface as well and quick. Not like Fantasy Scout members area. Like if I want to go in there and look at projections, I have to wait like 10 seconds for a screen to change.
Yeah.
But on Solio, it's all instant. And especially once the odds start coming in and it becomes dynamic. I mean, they're even saying that you would better spot team leaks on it because like projections will suddenly change on a player like 2 hours before deadline or whatever. And it'd be the big bookmakers changing prices because they know what's about to happen.
What would be interesting there, Trig, though, is does the information go bang straight into the system from the bookmakers' odds, or do they have someone that has to read it and type it in? Because if it's instant,
no, it's all automated.
Oh, okay. So people, rather than watching deadline streams, they'll just be refreshing Solio to see if.
It's going to keep the ones that are using it to make their teams are going to be busy, aren't they? They're going to be refreshing it all the time, and then just before they deadline, the Solio will change it, and they'll be shit, and they'll all get locked out because the site's frozen.
All right, so we better go on the questions, Trig, because we've titled this Q&A. Anything you wanted to say on any more you wanted to say on these three lads before we move?
No, I just thought I'd throw those three differentials out there because I watched Andrew's great stream yesterday that he did about the differentials, but he had like Fernandez in there as a differential. I thought, what's going on here?
Who did stream yesterday?
No, not a stream, like a video.
Andrew, right, Andrew. Yeah,
differential video, and I think he had Fernandez in it.
Well, apparently he's told me earlier on today he's confidently predicted that Fernandez will be the top point scorer in FPL this season. I mean, I said to you earlier.
He might.
I said to you earlier on, Trig, when we were chatting in our Twitter thing. I remember and Mark Southerns. I confidently remember this. I even remember walking around Tesco's when I heard it, and I had Bruno Fernandes in my team, and they both said Bruno Fernandes is effectively dead as an FPL option now. And how things have changed in the space of, I'm not saying them, lots of people say that, how things have changed in the space of, 10 months?
I bought him game week 9 last season, and all the content creators ignored him. And they said he was a dead asset. And the reason they said he was a dead asset was because he was priced at, I think it was 8.5 million. And none of them had a team structure where they could afford to bring him in. Because I think they all had Mbuemo or whatever. So instead of saying how good he was, they all just ignored him because they couldn't afford to get him in. It was classic, absolutely classic.
Yeah. And he's...
not to pick on any content creators there, but as a general thing, people, not just content creators, everybody ignored him because he was at an awkward price.
He was in my team for game week 1, and then as soon as I took him out in about game week 8, that's when he bloody went on. So I remember watching one of your videos where you said, everyone's taking him out now, I'm going to get him in.
Yeah, Andy took him out. Andy had him from game week 1, and then he took him out, and I thought, right, I'm buying the prick. And he got me 17 points the first week, 17 points the second week. Unbelievable. And they'd all sold him.
Right, I'm just scrolling through the chat. Please put your questions in now. I'm trying to find questions. Right, Dr. David says, can someone explain exactly how much of the bonus points will be redistributed from attackers to DefCon players in any given match? Any idea, Trig?
Do we look like FPL? I mean, really?
No, sorry, Dr. David. We cannot help you.
All I know is that they are more skewed towards defenders than goalkeeper than strikers. I think they get less for a penalty now as well, don't they? Yeah. So the likes of Chris Wood and I mean, the likes of Chris Wood, who normally get 9 points when they win 1-0, are probably now going to be getting 6 points instead.
Yeah,
that's the main takeaway I took from it. Shall we take it in turns to do a question? Because I've got some and you've got some.
Well, I think we'll take them from the chat, Trig, and if we run out of ones in the chat, then
you're doing chat ones.
Then we'll go to it because we've had a few. Is anyone buying Bruno Fernandes?
Who?
Bruno Fernandes. I guess that's taking them. That's some balls around. I think that's probably. Is he in your team? Trig? He's not in mine at the minute. Bruno Fernandes. I think it's just the word.
Oh, yeah, he's in mine. Isn't he in yours? I think he's in everybody's. Isn't he? Like, you just said he's going to be the top scorer.
No, Andrew said that.
Oh no, I agree with him.
All right, okay. No, he's not. I've still
got. They've got no Europe, and they've got he's going to play 90 minutes every single week. So he probably will be top scorer. I mean, you look how many games Salah's going to miss from. And Haaland will probably be injured for half a dozen and or rested. Fernandes is just going to play every single match.
I just think people have got short memory streak. I know he wasn't bad last season, but how bad Man United were.
He's got defensive contribution points too, though. He got 2 of them today in the friendly game.
I think that was an extra 19 points he would have had last season. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah, true. But like you said, it was the worst season they'd ever had, and he's still got 170 points, which would have been 190 with defensive contributions.
Not bad.
So you give him another 20, and that's 210, which is probably all that Salah's going to get this season. So
yeah,
I think he's a must-own under the new rules.
Hi to Niall, big fan of. Do check out Niall Bloom's FPL Freshly's new podcast. What was the question there? Case 123 saying, does Nick still think that it's easy to build a team, or has he calmed down now?
I think it's very easy to pick a team because we've got the new 4 million keeper at Burnley. We've got that fantastic striker at Sunderland.
Oh yeah, bench boost. Our bench boost, because we're on the same strategy, aren't we, Trig? Our bench boost game week 2 is starting to look better and better, isn't it?
I stuck them all into Solio, and I ran a simulation with every single game week for using a bench boost, and game week 2 won.
Really?
Basically.
That's simulation?
Yeah, well, you can tell it what week you want to bench boost in, and it'll tell you what your score is going to be over the 12 game week. So it kind of, if you put it in at game week 1, it might say you're going to get an extra 12 points for your bench boost, but then after game week 12, you might only have 8 points more than if you hadn't used a bench boost, because 4 of your points are decayed because you played ineffective team in game week 1 because of your bench boost. But if you do it in bench boost 2, you end up getting the best result. But of course, it's all theory, and practice might be something completely different.
Of course, the most regular listen to every FPL channel in the world. We love Com. Says the differential for me this season could be Lewis Potter if he moves higher up the field.
Who's Lewis Potter?
We'll have to get back to you on that one. Come, tell us. This is what you do. As a lecturer, if a student asks us a question we don't know the answer to, we can say, "Why don't you look that up and get back to me?"
I'm putting his name into thing now.
Do some research history.
His name's not even coming up.
Maybe it's a joke question. I don't know. Lewis Potter. I mean, I recognise the name, but it sounds very old to me. Just going now. Christian is saying Gregorius scores a cracker. Saka scoring 2 today. How much faith do you usually put in pre-season form? Personally, sod all, no, which is why I don't bother keeping up with it. But Trig, I think you may have a different answer.
Not a huge amount. I mean, the positioning that players play often isn't. I mean, for example, I was talking about Dewsbury Hall, but it could well be that Moyes was just testing him out at that position in a pre-season game just to see if he could do it. Maybe it doesn't mean he's going to start there. But I think as strikers are scoring, it's got to be a good sign, hasn't it, of confidence?
For strikers in particular, yeah. But in terms of things like team form and, I don't know, defensive...
And I'll tell you something else that always happens as well. It's always the fringe players that play very well in pre-season because they've got more motivation to play well because they're trying to get a place or whatever. It's like Chelsea yesterday. Estevio was the best player on the pitch, but it's like his first ever game for Chelsea. So, of course, he's going to be making more effort.
Yeah.
So you can look at these differentials and think, oh, they're really good in pre-season. I'm going to get them. But they're trying twice as hard as the other players are. You know, a lot of them are just trying to get fit and not get injured, aren't they?
Yeah, right. Just trying to see if we've got any other questions at the moment.
Yeah, I thought of something.
Oh, are we sleeping on Beto?
I certainly am.
Yeah, he's not. I've not looked at him. How much is he? How much is he? He's pretty cheap, isn't he?
But 5.5, I think. But they've got a new striker, haven't they, Barry? So
yeah, exactly.
It's a bit up in the air, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Gorkias is interesting, though. I mean, that's why I put a video out on that 4-5-1 with Strand Larsen as my only striker, and then I've changed it. And the guy from Solio actually came on the one I did yesterday and told me that it's not a very robust model to just have a cheap striker at the top. And that's why I've got Watkins now, because Watkins can become anybody, can't he? I'm doing a price point video later. And yeah, because Gorkias could kick off, couldn't he? And a lot of people aren't going to be able to get him because they've got no expensive striker at the moment. So
Putness saying
yeah.
Yokerez.
Oh, Yokerez. What did I just call him?
I don't know. We'll get it right at some point, mate, won't we? Right, we haven't got any questions here, mate. So there's one I've memorised from the questions we had. Who are the locks? Who are the people you are sure are locking your team at the minute, Trig, who will not be moving out?
Gooey. Dubrov, what's his face, came from Newcastle to Burnley, the goalkeeper.
Oh, Dubravka.
Yeah, I think Wirtz is probably locked in. Fernandez is locked in. Palmer's locked in. I've got questions about Palmer here as well that I can talk about in a minute. And Salah's pretty much locked in unless I see something I don't like in the Community Shield, because they've just sold another defender, haven't they, Bournemouth? So he's pretty locked in. Defensively, Murillo is locked in for Forest defender. And that's about it, I think, for really locked in players. Oh, Watkins and probably Strand Larsen, but he's not 100%. So I say Watkins is at the moment.
I mean, for me, it's... Yeah, the two goalkeepers. I did change my draft a bit, Trig. I just didn't want you ripping into it in this one. Sanchez and Dubravka. Defenders, I think Virgil van Dijk. I've gone down to Neco Williams at 5 million. I reckon they'll both be in. Salah, Palmer, and Wirtz. Yeah, I'm not too sure about my strikers or the second two midfield spots yet. But we've got. I mean, that's. Between us, we've got about half a team. Oh, and yeah, Gooey and who's on our bench boost strategy? Gooey, a 4.5, probably Konza. Who's the Estebe and Dubravka?
Oh yeah, the Burnley defender.
Yeah, so I've probably got 8 or 9 actually. So I'm not.
Yeah, I think everyone's in the same boat, aren't they? I think most people are trying to decide on their kind of cheapo midfielder, aren't they, at the moment, and some of their defenders.
So
everybody seems to have Fernandez, Salah, and Wirtz, don't they?
Yeah. So we've got Pudna is telling me it's not partner, it's Pudna. Sorry, Pudna. Alex B, who is one of the people who posted on Twitter. Sorry, Alex, we're going to come to the questions in a minute. Bench boost, game week 11. think BB11. Thoughts, Trig? I mean, we're both going in game week 2, so I've not thought about any other strategy. Have you looked into any other ones, Trig?
Not specifically. Yeah, I mean, game week 11 sounds a bit random. I don't know why. I mean, it's so far out that I just want to get it over with in the first few weeks.
It's fair because it depends what your team is as well, doesn't it? Like, I mean, it seems game week 11 seems very far away to me to be planning a bench boost at this stage. I mean, if I didn't use it in game week 1 or 2, I wouldn't really have a plan for it unless you're planning to. If he's planning a wild card in game week 10. Maybe.
What I like about 1 and 2 is you can still put rubbish on your bench and still play a reasonable bench boost, I think.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you on that, mate. Yeah. Paul Smith is saying, is Dorgu a trap? I have Bruno, but can't escape how bad Man United are last year. I don't know, Paul. I mean, he's not been in one of my drafts yet, but he has been doing very well in pre-season, hasn't he, Trig?
He has. I don't think he's a trap. I mean, I wouldn't start with him anyway because the fixtures aren't great, are they? But I think he's going to be good. I think he's one of those that you don't need to jump on right away. Although you can, I guess, because I think they got Burnley in game week 3, haven't they? So you could put him on your bench and wheel him out for the Burnley match.
Question to Trig. Now I'm going to skip that one, Paul. You can ask Trig that one. You can ask that one on his own channel.
What is it?
Gambling.
No, don't tell me.
Gambling. We're not going to go into that today. We're sticking on FPL. Zem, what's your bench boost game week 2 looking like? I'll tell you mine, Zem, and then Trig can say his. I think we're very similar, aren't we? Mine is Dubravka and Esteban, who will both be away to Burnley. At home to Sunderland. Then I think either Konza or Anderson, they're not perfect. And then Gui, who will be playing Burnley. So, I predict 10 to 12 points for that, which for me, I'm happy with. What's yours, Trig? Is yours similar?
Mine's got Dubravka in goal. Gui, who probably will only get 1 point, to be fair, but you never know, do you? You never know. You might get half an hour and score something. And a couple of cheapo defenders. But if it's a 0-0, then we're in the money, aren't we? I mean, you could get 6 or 7 points for your goalkeeper, 6 to 9 for your defender. I mean,
we don't want Gui to score because he's going to be playing against our keeper and our defender,
exactly.
Isn't he? So
it could be low scoring, couldn't it? Because neither side are brilliant at attacking. Burnley got a decent defence, so it's not out of the question that it's 0-0 or 1-0 to Burnley. In which case, we do pretty well, don't we?
Yeah. Goodness, Gary, think iPod, then say pod without I, and add na to the back of that. Podna. Have I got it right at last? Podna. Even animations. Even to Shane, who asks us, morning, Gary and Trig, Salah and a 4.5 million cost 0.5 more than Palmer and Watkins. Even when taking captaincy into account, the latter is surely better value. That's Salah and a 4.5 versus Palmer and Watkins. When you put
but the thing is, you can have them all. You don't have to choose between one or the other. You can have them all, and that's why it's so easy to pick a team this season.
Yeah. I mean, Salah's going to be in my. He's going to be in my team, but so's Palmer. So I guess I'm not making. I'm not making it.
No,
come on.
You haven't had to make the choice, have you?
No.
It's not either or, is it? You don't have to choose between Salah and a 4.5 or Palmer and Watkins, because you're probably going to have all of them. And that's what I've got. I've got all. And that's why I didn't want to have Salah. So I had loads of non-Salah teams. But the problem with them was I couldn't think of anyone to buy instead of Salah. And it was, it's only Saka really, isn't it? Is the only one.
Yeah.
And I don't see they've got bad fixtures. I don't like his minutes. I think Madueke is going to take time off him. He's going to be rested a bit more after that injury he had. And so not getting Salah doesn't really improve the team a huge amount. You know, if I couldn't have Watkins and I couldn't have Palmer, then I wouldn't have Salah because I'd rather have Palmer and Watkins. But if I can have them all, why not? You know, it's only Haaland you're really missing out on, isn't it?
Yeah. Harry Baker's saying, forget Esteve, people should get Estavo.
Yes, exactly.
FPL, the other gunner, Sammy, is saying, would you both not rather bench boost after game week 13, like FPL Nightmare suggests? I think we're both pretty set on game week 2, aren't we? Ultra United is saying, is staying away from new signings good for the opening 5 weeks, then reassess with transfers and have players who are nailed on for 90 minutes at the start of the season? I don't want to be making the same mistakes. Well, the only player I've got in my team that's new to the league, I think, is Verts, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be nailed on. What do you think, Trig?
Yeah, he's the only one I've got, I think. It's not like last season, is it, where we had Nkunku and we had, well, I didn't, but a lot of people had Barco and Quansah. But, yeah, I mean, Verts is a proven top international, isn't he? He's not really in the same boat, is he?
Yeah, I mean, he was basically people talking about him as being the best young player in the world a year ago, and he's not. Not really much.
Plus, he's going to be in the Charity Shield, isn't he? We're going to see him in the Charity Shield beforehand.
Yeah, 84 people watching at the minute. Please do drop a like on the stream.
That's great, isn't it? Great number of people.
I think that's the most we've had on a Saturday night. Daddy Bot Jonathan is saying Tielemans. I don't see it. I don't see it, Trigger. I know a lot of people.
You've not noticed him on review, Gary? You've not noticed him?
No, I don't know. I mean, he's one of those players. He's like a 7 out of 10 at everything. I mean, he could get maybe if we know he's definitely on penalties.
Do you know what's happened on Solio? Because
no,
he's in all the souls on Solio, and the reason is they've given him a 50% share of penalties.
That's what they do, isn't it? That sort of thing.
If you take that 50% share away, then I think he'd drop a lot further down. And you can't really have 50% of share, can you? It's either going to be Watkins or Tielemans. So you're taking a bit of a gamble. You know, if you do get Tielemans and he's not on penalties, then you've bought an asset that was artificially too high. So it is a bit of a gamble. You know, if he does get penalties, of course, then you've bought a cracking asset. But you have to take that risk, I think, because otherwise, without penalties, it's not that great, is he, Tielemans?
No, I mean, he gets he gets some defensive contribution points, but he doesn't get that many goals. By the way, I know I've missed a few questions. Very difficult scrolling through. Please do put it in. I do remember someone asked, I can't remember, do either of us have Rodgers? And if not, what was our plan? I don't have Rodgers. I mean, he was in my first draft. I'm not going to say 100% he won't be in. But if I end up with a 7 million midfielder, I'm fairly sure it's going to be Semedo.
Yeah, he's not at a price point I can access, I think, because I've got the big four, you know, Fernandes, Verts and Salah and Palmer.
That's a lot of money in midfield, Trig.
It is, but my fifth one's cheap, you know, like my fifth one's 5 million or whatever. So I can't go up to a 7, and I don't think it's worth getting rid of someone like Verts or Fernandes to fit in Rodgers. I think Rodgers is a worse asset.
Who's your fifth?
Than any of those.
Who's your fifth midfielder?
I don't know yet. That's one of my, you know, it could be Dewsbury Hall. It could be Arias from Wolves. It could be boring old Anderson.
Yeah.
Or boring old Belieber, or even the Sunderland midfielder. What's his name? The Swiss guy that joined up. Who apparently could be on penalties now.
The guy who used to be at Arsenal. I can't remember his name.
Xhaka.
Yeah.
It could be him. He's only 5 million.
Yeah.
He could be good in that fixture against Burnley for the bench boost, couldn't he? He could be a decent one in that.
I've got
probably get 2 bonus points.
I've got Anderson in as my fifth midfielder at the minute. And I don't like it, Craig. I don't like it. I don't like the four.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking for differentials.
Yeah, I just don't like the idea. I much prefer Semenyo or Rodgers or someone that can get me attacking points, even though, you know, review is all over. I mean, he's shot up. He's above loads of attacking players now.
I think you would struggle with the budget, though, won't you, to get a 7 million in?
Well, the thing is, I've taken him down from Semenyo to Anderson. The main reason I did it is it allowed me to boost my strike force up from Solanke and Wood to Bowen and who else do I have in? I've completely skipped my mind now.
Watkins?
Bowen and Watkins, yeah, which is a much better strike force. So to be fair, if it's Anderson, if it's those three, it's Anderson, Watkins, and Bowen versus Semenyo, Solanke, and Wood. I much prefer the first one.
I think Solanke's a non-event now, anyway.
Well, yeah,
this stage,
yeah, or a 7, any 7.5, I guess. So we've got any other questions at the moment? Trig, do you want to take your first question from Twitter, mate?
Yeah, I've got some. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of this guy, but he was asking me about Palmer.
Oh, I saw that
one. And the minutes, I think, wasn't he? And
yeah,
it's quite interesting because Esteval was so good yesterday, playing alongside Palmer in a 10 role. I've got a feeling that Palmer's minutes are going to be less than they're predicted to be on the likes of Solio. And I can see games where Chelsea are winning 2-0, like against Burnley or whatever, and Esteval's going to come on for Palmer. You know, it could be like 70 minutes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there could even be games where Palmer's actually rested this season because they've got Simmons as well turning up. And I think his minutes will drop. But Chelsea looked so good in that friendly yesterday. They looked really, really sharp. I mean, none of us knew how they were going to come back from their 3-week rest, but they look like they've just started where they've left off. I really don't want to risk not having Palmer. He looked very, very lively yesterday. The whole team did.
It's not
very lively. So
it's
not even a question for me at this stage, getting out to not having Palmer.
Hodna says, which team will keep the most clean sheets this season? I'm going to go nice and safe and say Arsenal, Trig. Boring answer, I know.
That's boring old 1-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Probably will be too. Haven't really looked at an Arsenal defender, have you? Have you looked at getting Gabriel in? I think
I did early doors, but just the fixtures aren't amazing.
Yeah,
are they? Well,
it's really only the second one against Leeds, isn't it?
Yeah.
He does pop up with headers, though, doesn't he? He pops up.
I think the Arsenal defenders will come in the drafts heavily over the season, just not game week 1.
And I think the fact other people don't have him this year, it's not so much of a worry, is it? You don't feel like you have to have one to keep up with everybody else.
No.
It's not going to hurt if he does score, is it? Because not many people have him.
I like this question. From Hippie, this one will set you off, Trig. Have either of you had Wood lately?
I think Andrew, you're better off asking Andrew that one after his video last night of Strand Larsen. I have him every morning, but then I take him out my team in the afternoon, Trig. There we go. We're playing into I did have him actually in one of my teams. Yeah, he's an option, isn't he, Wood? He is an option.
Yeah, he has been in my team. He was in my team till last night, actually. But
he's at a good price point that you can move away from him nicely. You've got a whole load of players you can replace him with if you go with him. Like when Solanke's fit again, and already have a 7.5. There's quite a few 6.5s and 7s that you can put in for him.
Or you just go up 0.5 to Bowen, or
yeah, I mean, this is the trouble with having Strand Larsen as your most expensive striker at 6.5. It really rules you out as so many options, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I'll tell you who could be interesting, Jackson, because he's only 6.5 million this year. And when he moves, he could well go to Newcastle or somewhere. He could be tremendous value at 6.5.
So I'm just having a look at
really good.
Some other questions. This is Jack. It was Jack Burns who said, "Oh, here we go. What did you make of Palmer's position and performance against Leverkusen? On the basis of what you saw, will you be selecting him?" Well, we both got him in our
Yeah, we're all selecting Palmer, I think. I was so impressed with Chelsea in that. I know it's only a friendly, but I thought they'd come back all rusty and slow, but they were sharp as a tack, honestly.
Mm.
And that Esteval, he really kind of brought a freshness to the whole team, just the way he's playing. It's like a charisma thing with him. It's when he's there, it like lifts everybody, and the crowd were all excited and everything. He's going to be so good this year, that Esteval. I'm so looking for. I just hope he doesn't get injured or anything bad happen to him, because such a talent. I reckon he's going to be the next Neymar. That sort of level of talent.
I know you love him. Excuse me.
Love him, absolutely.
Sean Murphy always reminds me of the snooker player when I read his name. Is Isaac a no-go if he stays at Newcastle? I mean, I would probably say yes for game week 1 teams, because we don't know where his mind's going to be.
The manager's already said he's not playing game week 1.
Has he already said? Well, that's. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't rule him out for the season, but he's not an option for game week 1, is he?
I think he'll be better. I mean, if he is at Newcastle, he will be. Once Newcastle's fixtures get better, he would be very much an option, wouldn't he? Although his price is quite high this season, isn't it?
Yeah, he's 10.5, I think.
Yeah, 10.5, which does seem a bit much. And they've priced, I think they've priced the Arsenal striker in that cheaper, haven't they, than Isaac?
Yeah, I think he's worth 10. Well, based on last season's form, he's worth 10.5. But I mean, Nightmare was saying to us earlier, if we think Gordon might have got injured in the friendly today. I mean, there's some other players out as well. So Newcastle's attack is not looking like red hot going into that game.
Maybe even Gordon's off. There was talk in pre-season, wasn't there, that Gordon might be sold. So maybe that's another one. Maybe there's problems at that club. Dressing room might have gone.
So a little bit of a contradictory question after having asked that one. FPL Blonde says, who are the biggest untouchables in FPL currently? And does Isaac top this list? I mean, I definitely, based on our responses, I don't think Isaac tops the list. But who would you say to that?
Untouchables, people we wouldn't never even think about having.
No, I think she means like untouchables in like you wouldn't take them out. Or maybe, I don't know actually.
Oh, we've already kind of done that one now, haven't we?
All right, okay. The biggest biggest we wouldn't have in our squads then, yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah, Isaac would be one of those, I think, at the moment.
Yeah.
Only because he's not playing, I guess.
Isn't Visser still on strike? Because he'd be on.
Yeah, he might be going to Newcastle very quickly, I think. They might even have him ready by next week to play.
If he doesn't, he's untouchable.
Definitely at the moment. There's not that many untouchable players, are there, really?
This will be a controversial one. Haaland?
Yeah, he's interesting, isn't he? He is interesting, but it's a gamble, isn't it, really? Because we haven't seen him. They're playing today, aren't they? I think he's playing now, probably.
Can you imagine?
If he scores a hat-trick today, then, you might start seeing more of him.
Can you imagine if you had him in game week 1 over someone like Salah, and he goes off, it's going to be really big differential, wouldn't it? I mean, you're going to.
I know, especially as all the Salah people would start selling him and getting Haaland in as well, wouldn't they? So you'd be like well ahead of the curve because you'd already have him and have all his points. I mean, I think the Parrots got Haaland.
FPL Shane,
Muffin Nakia.
we have to get him on the PubCast list this week, especially if we have. He'll be our second special guest.
Muffin's got Haaland, and it is, like you said, it's a huge opportunity to get ahead.
Yeah.
But Pep came out yesterday and said he expects them to be rubbish for the first 3 weeks, didn't he? But he always says that.
And who was saying? Nightmare said to me earlier he was going to put him in his video. Rodri's out till September, apparently. I mean, that's a
Rodri's
big
out,
blow,
and Foden's injured as well, isn't he? Which is probably good news for Marmoush, actually, isn't it? If Haaland's injured.
Yeah, probably.
So Marmoush maybe becomes a bit better with that news.
Shane,
they all become worse, don't they, without Rodri?
Yeah. Shane is saying, what's the best way into the Arsenal defence? Is it rare? Trig?
Well, it's probably Gabriel. I guess it is rare if you've got the money, isn't it?
It's
a lot of I think Review loves him, don't they?
He's top goalkeeper from Review. Yeah, he's what?
Yeah,
5.5. Gabriel's 6. I mean, I'd spend the extra 0.5 for Gabriel's goal for it.
I suppose now we've got a 4 million keeper. Like, if you get rare, it's only 9.5 you spent on keepers, which isn't terrible, is it? Really?
No, not at all. Dr. David is asking: is Kia going to start his channel? Let's Talk FPL. That's good.
That's good.
Trig?
That's a good one, isn't it? Might do. Might have to have its own channel.
Yeah, we'll have to have its own channel. Michael says, what about reindeers? Is his name actually reindeers, or is it some weird Dutch pronunciation?
I always call it Reinders, but whether that's right or not.
I've got no idea.
Reinders. Probably like Reinders.
Well, 2 goals today. What do we think about him? Well, I know he's in FPL review.
He get 2 goals today.
Apparently.
He was popular before, and with Rodri out, there's a lot of good talk about him.
He's in reviews. He's in reviews' latest team. I don't think he's coming.
I'll tell you what, he's 5.5 million. He's a lot sexier pick than that blimmin' Anderson is, and if he scored 2 goals today, he's going to be good for defensive contributions too. I think the only problem is with Pep, of course, is he's going to play. But if he scored 2 goals today, he comes into my thoughts for sure.
Maybe. I mean, maybe I could get him in instead of Anderson. I just don't like this.
Yeah, same price.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to take one of your questions from Twitter, Trig?
2 goals, eh?
Yeah.
But he's another one, like I said, he's new, isn't he? So he's one of these ones that's going to make extra effort in pre-season. He was very good in the Serie A, wasn't he? He was.
Was it Juventus? Was it Juventus he came from?
I can't remember, but everyone scores goals there, though, don't they?
Yeah, I think it was. Thoughts on this is from Curvis Levity, I think. Sorry if I butchered your name, mate. Thoughts on Gapco as an option, best cheap striker option. Right to you, Trig.
What was the question again?
Who's the best cheap striker option, and is Gapco a good option?
Depends what you call by cheap, isn't it? I mean, I think Strand Larsen's pretty good at 6.5. I don't like that Thiago because he hasn't scored any goals. He was injured for a whole year, and people are just bringing him in because Review and that likes him. But we haven't seen any evidence of him being in good form or anything.
No.
So maybe even take a flyer with that West Ham striker or Muniz, maybe at 5.5. You haven't got much to lose at that price, have you, really?
Not really. I mean, I hadn't determined to go 3-5-2. So Gooey's my he's my cheap striker, but
I mean, potentially Gooey's like going 3-5-3, isn't he, rather than 3-5-2? Because he could be like just as good as if you go 3-4-3, couldn't he? He could turn into a proper. Oh God! I've just opened Blue Sky to see if there's any questions. First thing I've seen is an image of Reinders. So everybody's obviously getting it now.
Reindeers.
I'm having a look on to see if we've got. I'm looking to see if we've got any questions on Blue Sky.
I've got one here, mate. Nikolai's asking, why are no content creators going without Salah? Because they're scared shitless. Nikolai's probably my answer to that. But I don't know, Trig, have you got a more nuanced answer?
I think it's because the pricing was slightly too generous and that we can have Salah and still make a really good team with him. So it doesn't really seem necessary not to have him, would be my answer. And Bournemouth, of course, have got no defenders left, apparently. So it's very dangerous not to have him, I think.
I mean,
I didn't want him, but, you know.
The unit's draft does look very sexy with, like, Saka, Palmer. He's got so many good players in there that he can get without Salah.
It's really only Saka, though, to be honest. It's only Saka he can get. Who else has he got that? And Saka's got awful fixtures. I mean, I know he's got Leeds in game week 2. But I mean, yeah, I wasn't prepared to do it when I saw how good a team I could make with Salah. I thought it was just being stubborn to continue to not have him, really.
Bodden's saying we may as well bring Santa in too. Yeah, there's no. Since you're saying shiny new toy syndrome, who's that? Someone said,
"Who's the shiny new toy?"
I'm not sure, mate. Because I said about Solio, maybe. David Hamill said Trigger is getting gooey over Fulgrog, however you say his name, the West Ham striker. Okay.
I'm going to have all Chelsea players soon, aren't I? I'm going to have Stately home, and I'm going to have Gooey. Right, I'll probably have Petrovic as well, who's at Chelsea. So I'm going to have like 6 Chelsea players.
Right, another one from Twitter. This is from Cycling Raw. 5 at the back became the go-to strat. 5 at the back became the go-to strategy by the end of the season. Guessing he's saying, is that going to be? What do you think? Starting with it might give an edge, but cheering for defenders is dull, which I completely agree with. Thoughts on balancing attack and defence? There's sort of 2 questions there, I guess. Do you think 5 at the back is going to become the go-to strategy? And do you think it's boring, Trig? I think those are the... I mean, I haven't seen...
It could do well.
You made the video about 4-5-1. I've not seen anyone do a 5 at the back. I don't know where that's coming from. No, but
on Solio, but it did a couple of souls for me that did have 5 at the back. And
right.
When I used to have my Facebook group, we used to have this league where everybody had to choose a different formation. And the guy who used to do 5 at the back every year used to finish in the top 10K every season with his 5 at the back team. That's when we had Barnes and Alonso and all those sort of players. Yeah, we've talked about before, haven't we? But they've been a bit nerfed, haven't they, the attacking ones? But yeah, whether you can stick 5 Tarkowskis in your team and do really well or not, maybe you can. You know, maybe that's what these new rules have done to us. But we should find out, shan't we?
85 people watching. Please do drop a like on the stream to help get it out there. Yeah, there's something about having Tarkowski in my draft trick. I just can't bring myself to do it. I know he's good on DefCons. I know the review loves him and everything, but I just can't bring an Everton defender that's 5.5 million in my team. I just can't bring myself to do it, mate.
They have improved their team a little bit, though, haven't they? And they're already getting lots of clean sheets, and they have improved their side a little bit. But I'm a bit concerned that they've changed grounds because they don't really have a home ground anymore, do they? Which traditionally does mean a few less clean sheets. I've got a question from Hippie here. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he gave me one on Blue Sky. Would FPL be better and less template if ownership percentages were secret?
I was typing.
He said, would FPL be better and less template if ownership percentages were secret?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it would be, wouldn't it? It would definitely be more secretive.
I don't think it would affect us. It wouldn't make the slightest bit. I don't even look at the percentages of who's owned.
You make your captaincy decision based on the FF Scout poll.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, to be fair, even if they did hide it, we'd still find it in some way, wouldn't we? It'd probably be... Go on, mate.
Actually, the players that we all own, like the Twitter community own, are not that highly owned. You look at the likes of Anderson, for example, that we've all got. He's not highly owned. He's only about 7% or something. And if you look at the most owned players on the official website, I can actually do it here. It'll surprise you, I think.
Is Wan-Bissaka still massively owned? Because all the models and that hate him now. I wonder if that's reflected in ownership.
It's actually changed. It's interesting because we're not far off. Like Kelleher and Dubrovka are the 2 most owned goalkeepers now in the game.
How many?
Sells and Raya.
How many registered players are there total in the game?
I can't look at that without going back a
Oh,
screen. I'll tell you in a minute.
Don't worry.
But the defenders, Wan-Bissaka's top with 31%.
Right.
Probably people that did it at the start, I reckon, because everyone's gone off him, haven't they, in the last week since review came out.
I mean, the fact that Dubravka is the second highest owned keeper suggests to me that people who have made a team so far are engaged. Because it's usually the casuals usually make a team in the game. The mini league will come out this, on Monday. It'll be who wants to sign up for the mini league, and then it will be Thursday, Friday. They'll be making their teams, won't it? So that will probably all change, I reckon.
Or maybe the casuals are now more engaged because of all the extra information that's available to them.
Yeah,
so making it harder for us.
So they wouldn't be casual then, would they? They would get if they were.
Well, it'd still be casual. I mean, the level of casual might have improved, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, there's more of them. There's more of them, definitely.
The trouble is, now that they are top of the list, everyone, all the real casuals that join, all the Americans that sign up on the last day because it's something to do, all those sort of people, they are just going to look at Kelleher and Dubravka and put them in, aren't they, now, because they're at the top.
Yeah,
but Wan-Bissaka's interesting because remember Wan-Bissaka was like in everybody's team when it came out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the moment review came out, he was dropped like a hot potato. Wouldn't he? Hardly anybody has him now.
Great.
Amongst the kind of engagement. Frimpong's second and Virgil's third. Frimpong's interesting. He's very, his projections on Solio are going up and up as we get closer to game time.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Bradley's injured.
I think he's. Oh, is he? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Then.
That's why. And the midfielders. Guess the top three midfielders.
Salah.
Yeah.
Palmer.
Yeah. So I can't trust you because you cheated on that quiz.
I've not got anything open. I've not got anything open. How can we cheat?
Well, you got them right.
Well, they're the content creator template, aren't they?
Then it's Kudos, Rogers, and Buemo, which isn't template so much, is it?
Well, Kudos was in a lot of early templates. So,
I'll tell you what, there is one striker, right, who is in over 50% of teams. Tell me who that is.
Pedro.
Oh, I'm sure you cheat.
Because Trig, it hasn't changed. That's the same.
That's weird.
That's the same as it was when the game launched. Those.
You won't believe who the second. You won't believe who the second one is, though.
Isaac.
Oh, he's cheating, isn't he? He's cheating. He hasn't got one wrong.
I've got one screen open here, one screen open there.
He's cheating.
It's not changed, Trig. It's not changed. I mean, that doesn't tell me.
Is that what it was? See, I've never looked because it doesn't.
I'd look at
interest. I always change it to price. Right, I don't even keep it on percentages.
No. Trig, we got a question from Shane. What do you think Havertz's role will be at Arsenal this season? If he starts regularly, could he be a good pickup? Have they signed a striker yet? Oh yeah, of course they have. Yeah, Guy Gall's yeah. Well, it's not a good option then, is he? Because he's not going to get.
He's a bit of a worry. I think he's a bit of a spoiler because, like, he is going to take time off. Hockey has, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know what Arteta's like. So he's a problem, old Havertz, and he could also even replace Rice in a few games. Give Rice a rest, or even Odegaard. You just don't know, do you? It's he's a bit of a problem, I think, for everybody.
Podner doesn't want my perspective. He only wants yours, Trig. He says, Trig, how much will Sesko cost in the game?
He knows you're cheating and that you already know. That's why.
Well, how would I know? How would I know when he's not in the game yet?
Well, Cunha was 8 million, wasn't he? I'm going to say 8.5. Is he any good? I don't even know.
Well, I saw somewhere, I can't remember, I think it was on FPL Affairs, a Facebook group, there was a post up of him and Guy Gores, or whatever you say his name, their two rates, and they basically have almost identical goal. I mean, the Arsenal strikers played about twice the number of games, but they basically have roughly the same goals per game ratio. And I think Sesko's not quite as good at assists.
Yeah, but he comes from a tougher league than the Arsenal striker, doesn't he? So
but he's playing in a lot worse team.
Yeah, true.
As well, so.
Well, I don't know if he is this season. I think Man United are going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be battling for top 6 this season.
Well, actually,
I think Tottenham are going to be rubbish, but I think top Man United could be good.
When we did our Premier League predictions last week, we did both had him in our top 6, didn't we?
Yeah, I think I had him about 6th place.
Yeah, I
think Newcastle have to worry, I think.
I think I had him in 6th as well, thinking about it, yeah. Any more questions, Trig, from...
I'll have a look. You got any more there?
Not in the chat.
Keep on coming, people. Give us some questions.
Keep them coming. I'll just... Problem with Twitter is it's so... Thing is, since I signed up for Twitter, it's just so difficult to navigate. I know you've probably been
one of my own questions. I'll give you a question that I actually asked for good people of Blue Sky the other day.
Go on, then.
Why does FPL not have price rises before the season starts? And I'm not talking about price rises from people bringing in and out players. I'm talking about, say, for example, when a player moves club, they change the club a player plays for, but they don't change the price. Why don't they change the price? What's to stop them, for example, changing the price of GUI from 4.5 to 5 because he moved to Sunderland? Why don't they do that? Why risk someone breaking the game? You know, someone like Visser going to Newcastle or something. Why can't they change the price? Because they could do that, because none of us actually own these players yet, do we? No. So I don't know why they don't do that. I think that would be good.
I mean...
Although we'd all hate it, wouldn't we? We'd hate it because we wouldn't have a 4 million goalkeeper.
My guess would be for the casuals, Trig, actually. Or from people like us who are not messing around with their draft every other day. Say that I made a draft. 100 people watching. The first time that's happened on the Lock-In. Please drop a like, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.
If you have 100 viewer, Gary's going to give you a beer later on.
I think because say that I set up a team 3 weeks ago, and then they bring up GUI's price to say 5 million, and I've not come back to my team. My squad is now going to be 105 million.
But that's exactly the same. That's exactly the same as people that have 4 Chelsea players in their team, because you could have bought Guiu when the game opened up as a Chelsea player, and then you've got 4 Chelsea players in your team. And what happens there is the first time you make a transfer, you're forced to take out one of your Chelsea players. And it would be the same if a player's price had changed pre-season.
But that's after the
transfer you made.
That's after the game week 1 deadline. Oh, right, I get what you mean. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, a completely dead team. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? As
I suppose,
player changing club. But everyone seemed to think it was a good idea.
As soon as I said thank you so much for 100 viewers for watching, it quickly dropped down to 80. I won't do that again.
Because people were saying that Mark Southerns opened the game late because he didn't want to risk any game-breaking transfers taking place.
You can't, can you? I mean, the deadline's not, the transfer deadline's not for 2 weeks after the game week 1, so you can't stop
Has there ever been a season like this season for transfers? I don't remember one where there's just been so many.
Feel like them,
especially as strikers. It's like merry-go-round, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but then I feel like that every season. So maybe it is.
I guess a lot of them are the same ones that are just dragging on, aren't they? Like Isaac, and nothing's actually happened, but we kind of think it has.
Yeah. The cycle saying, why don't FPL do individual pricing like the Club World Cup? Oh, thank you for Napster for gifting 5 memberships, sir. Yeah, why do they not do individual pricing? I think he means like, not. Correct me if I'm wrong, mate, but I think he means like 0.3, 0.4, like Steve-O has wanted in the past, rather than just 0.0,
Yeah,
0.5.
I know. I don't know why they don't. Because somebody like Pickford, who's like in between a 5 and a 5.5, really, isn't he? Why not?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just make him 5.2 or something? I don't get the obsession with the round numbers, because as soon as the season starts, it's not round numbers anymore, is it? People change, and it effectively costs us like 500,000, doesn't it? To if we lose 0.1.
Yeah, exactly. Because the other thing is, say that I lose 0.1, I then can't get any player above whatever the original category is. Whereas if there was, say, a 0.7 player, I would be able to. It'd just be more
you have
fun,
to drop
wouldn't
down
it?
a whole. You have to drop down a whole new level, don't you, to get a replacement if you lose 0.1.
Exactly.
Lazy pricing, maybe we can put that down to.
Let me see. I found it's on. Paul Smith says, "What happens if you buy a 4.5 and he transfers and becomes 5 million? Do I gain 0.5? No, you don't, mate. So basically, you gain if he goes up 0.2, you gain 0.1. So if he you gain half of the money basically. So if you had a player that cost 4.5 and he's gone up to 5 million, he would be 4.7 million selling value. But if he went up to 5.1, he'd be 4.8 selling value. That's right, isn't it, Trig?
I think he's talking about my suggestion about them changing price when they change clubs.
Oh, well, yeah. Well,
in which case you just wouldn't be allowed to make any transfers, or if you did, you'd have to take him out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we've got another question. Thank you again, Napsters, for giving the gifts out there, man. It's brilliant. Napster, he was on D Unit stream last night. He gave up his D Unit was telling me he gave up his fantasy football scout and fantasy football hub memberships, and he's just gifting out free memberships with
wow,
the money.
That's very generous.
Lovely.
It's not cheap, is it?
No. Well, I don't. How much do they cost? Scout.
It's about £50 now. About £50
a year.
Yeah, that's what I had to bloody pay for it. I wish I hadn't bothered now.
I mean, I don't
need it now.
I've had
Solio. I don't need Fantasy Scout.
I've never been on Hub, but I've had my Scout membership on like direct debit for about 10 years now. Trig, don't tell anyone. Yeah, don't tell anyone. But 2 years they forgot to bill me. So I had it for free because some.
Well, I was always a member, and it kept it at the original price you joined at, didn't it? So mine was like 13 years ago. So it was really cheap. But then I missed a couple of years and went back and got stung for the full price. And then the next day they did their half price sale. So
Quite saying he used to be
robbed again by Scout.
Then he used to be a Scout member when it was £19 a year.
Yeah, I think I paid 17 I used to pay every year for the membership.
Is it true you can only access the up-to-date with a Scout or Hub membership? It used to be true. I'm sure it did.
What do you mean? It's not available free via Opta.
That's what I mean. But you can get it on those websites. I mean, there are other websites.
Well, you can on Scout. I wouldn't know about the other one, but you can.
I think you can on Hub Scout as well. There are other websites available, we should say. Let's have a look at this.
Scout's got quite a good little area on the defensive contributions, but with Solio, those little boxes on the projections, you just click on them, and it tells you to the nearest 0.0 whatever what defensive contributions are predicted to get in each game. So it's absolutely, you don't need anything else. It's absolutely tip top. They ought to be paying me all the good things I've been saying about
He should do. Good question here from Sammy. Question: do you get better questions or X or from the great people over at Blue Sky? Understand you need X probably to get most of your stuff on, but I feel the better perspective is on Blue Sky. I think I can speak for both of us when I say we both prefer Blue Sky, don't we, Trig? As a general thing, it's just too empty.
Well, I'll tell you what, people. I joined Blue Sky last year and stopped going on Twitter. And my mental health improved a lot. I honestly, I don't say my mental health because there's nothing wrong with it, but I was a lot less combative on Blue Sky.
Have you been combative?
I didn't get interactions with people.
Have you been combative on Twitter, Trig? I wouldn't have noticed.
Well, I end up getting involved. I end up getting direct messages from people telling me who I'm not allowed to talk to when I go on X.
I know.
And there's all these sort of arguments and like factions and stuff on X, aren't there?
Which aren't on Blue Sky.
And you end up being forced to take sides and be on one and it's just a complete, I mean, it is, isn't it? I mean, everyone, it's not just FPL, it's everything on X is like very sort of combative atmosphere. It was on Blue Sky. It's all love and peace.
I mean,
I don't think I haven't seen one big really FPL fist fight or whatever on Blue Sky since I've been there.
Like lovely people.
And I only came over to X because Gary's got our little group on there where he tells us what we're going to be doing each week. So I had to go over there to that. And then I sort of ended up staying because Blue Sky did go pretty dead during the off season, didn't it?
Yeah. That's
pretty dead. But
that's the reason, isn't it?
Busy again now, though. And the quality of chat on Blue Sky, I think it's a lot better, like FPL content. Although there's some great threads on Excel, aren't there? What's the name of that guy? Hadley or whatever he's called.
Paul Hadley?
I've never seen such great analysis as the stuff he's been putting out.
And he's joined Scout, hasn't he?
That's the trouble. Now it'll all be behind a bloody paywall, won't it? But he was putting out some great stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah,
some
really great graphs and stuff. Yeah, definitely. I saw a couple of other. Nabs is saying the hub charged me after I cancelled. Hub charged me after I cancelled. I did a chargeback and they paid me back ×2, so sharing the winning. Nice one, mate. Saw a question in there about defenders. Who are the best 4.5 million defenders for bench beat boost game week 2? Reddit Dead is asking. Well, my two 4.5s in a minute are Anderson and Konza, but I've not really got them in for the bench boost, Trig. I think they rotate all right for the first 6 game weeks. I'm not looking at they're both, neither of them are great for bench boost game week 2, but I'm not too bothered about that. I don't know what your
they don't need to be, do they? Because you can always get 2 points for defensive contributions. I think I did have in some drafts I've got 2 4.0s. I think one of them was that one who sounds like Ronaldo from Sunderland, but I think they're just in the market. They're buying so many players. I'm a bit wary now of who's going to start for Sunderland. But that Burnley one looks quite good, doesn't he? I think him and Anderson, like 4th and 5th defenders, I actually looked at one defender from each price point, like Murillo. Is Murillo 5.5 or is he 6? I think he's 5.5.
5.5.
So Murillo at 5.5, Lacroix, whatever his name is at Palace, at 5, and Anderson at 4.5, and Steve at 4.0, and maybe what's his face at 6. So pretty much what everyone's doing, I think.
Trick. Napsters ask, and I'm going to ask you this as the Chelsea fan, top 3 Chelsea assets.
Got to be Palmer.
Cucurella? Cucurella?
Yeah, because it's very hard to find Chelsea players that are nailed. I don't even like Sanchez. I know you've got Sanchez.
Oh, Sanchez, yeah.
But it would not take much for him to be replaced. I know he had a good Club World Cup, But Maresca doesn't like him too much. He likes him for his saves, but he doesn't like him for his.
A lot of Chelsea fans.
He's got the ball at his feet.
A lot of Chelsea fans are complaining about him, weren't they, last year?
Sanchez, yeah, they hated him.
Yeah.
Well, they did until the World Cup. I mean, he played some good games he's very good at saving, but he creates a lot of problems for himself with his feet. But I think Maresca's changed a bit now. He's finally changed. Because at one stage he said that anybody that kicked the ball long would be dropped. And it caused a lot of problems for them, right? Stupid goals, because everyone was afraid to kick the ball away. But he's changed a bit now, and he was actually doing quite a few long goal kicks in the Club World Cup, and he was really good at them. So I think Sanchez is going to stay, but I wouldn't be 100% certain. I certainly wouldn't want him as my only starting goalkeeper.
No, well, we won't have to if we've got the Bradford.
Who else? Yeah, it's difficult to pick anyone else in Chelsea, I think. Although with Colwell injured, I think Chalobah could be a shout, but I think they're going to go into the market for that Palace defender. I wouldn't be surprised. Maresca's already hinting that might happen.
Question from me. Caicedo was the best defensive contribution points. Why is he nowhere to be seen in anyone's?
Yeah, I don't know, because he's the same price as Anderson.
Yeah.
And I think he's
team.
Probably slightly less attacking possibility, maybe, but I think he's a pretty good shout. They have got that Brazilian now, Santos, I think. So he could, he played every single match last season, didn't he? But whether he will this season or not, I don't know. But he's pretty nailed on. So I think he's an option as well. But this Reindeer sounds like the one.
Yeah, well, if he's
quite honest
as well. Combs said
the trouble with Reindeer is he might not. But does it matter if your boring old 5.5 midfielder doesn't play? It doesn't really matter, does it? Because you're going to get your defensive contribution Steve on or whatever off the bench. So Reindeers could be an option. The only danger is if he doesn't start and comes on. But I think I might go for Reindeers, I think. Got to have someone who's a bit sexy in your team, haven't you? You can't have everybody boring. Like all the other players are very boring.
Thanks, Napster, if you're off, mate. And thanks, Cal. Have a look. I'm saying, have you looked at bench boost in game week 15? I think he did ask about this. That's one of the questions I missed because it was quite a long one. It was basically about saving up your money, and then because you get the 5 free transfers after the Club World Cup. Going into the Club World Cup, so you'd bench boost then use the 5 transfers. I just think it's too complicated. Me and Trig are probably biased because I think one of the things about doing 2 streams together a week, Trig, is maybe we're getting into the same mindset with things. But I think we're both on bench boost game week 2, aren't we?
I mean, it's a bit of a waste, I think, if you're using up those transfers are such a gift. They're such a gift that we can take all the way up to like game week 30. Why would you want to immediately waste them just on the off chance of getting like an extra 5 points on your bench boost or whatever? When you can get 10 points for your bench boost any old week. So, yeah, I want to get them and keep them.
David Hamilton, who is this what's this face at 6 Trigger talks of?
Hang on. Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk. Apparently Haaland scored tonight.
Oh, really? Okay. We seem to be running out of questions, and I'm going to need to powder my nose in a minute. Do we say we'll go for another 10 minutes, mate?
Yeah. It looks like, did he not play? What's this? Mooney's not in squad. I thought he was, or maybe he wasn't. Maybe Mooney's didn't play. There's rumours he's going to Leeds, apparently.
That's been going for a while.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, that's been going for at least a couple of weeks.
You just can't pick anyone, can you? Even Watkins, there's been a few rumours about him. The striking situation's ridiculous.
Dr. Dave says, why has Trig abandoned the key to Solio for FPL advice. You kudos you, Trig.
The Kia.
Mm.
Well, why have I abandoned the Kia? For
Solio.
I'm still taking advice. I'm going away to a mountain cabin on Wednesday and Thursday, and I'm going to be doing unfortunately, Muffin the Kia doesn't live in those mountains. He lives in other ones, but we might find some of his mates to ask a few questions. That'll be on Thursday.
This is how serious, ladies and gentlemen, that Trig takes Triggerlips. He's taken himself off to a little cabin in the mountain, and he told me specifically he's doing it so he can get a break from Mrs. Trig, and general distraction, so he can just sit there and think about his FPL and other fantasy teams. Trig, is that right?
Yep, I know I am. I do it every year. I'm going away for 2 nights and getting rid of all distractions and sitting down and building my team. That's what I'm doing. From scratch, exactly.
So we're going to go for another 10.
All my new information from Solio that I'll have.
And abandoning Kia. So we're going to go for another 10 minutes. If you've got questions, people, please put them in. I'm not going to...
Gary...
We're not going to get into that, and I'm afraid. That's for Trigger's channel. What was I going to talk about? Sorry, Trig, what were you going to say?
How confident are you? I'll ask you some questions, and you can ask me some. So how confident are you this season that you're going to do well using FPL Review, given that so many other people are now using the analytics? I would suspect there's going to be about 10 times as many people using analytics as last season. At Reddit, everybody's got looking at Solio now. And do you think you'll still do well with Review, or is it put you all back to square one and no longer an advantage for you?
Okay, I only use Review to check the sanity of my decisions, and I do use it to check suggested transfers. Well, the same way that you're using it at the minute.
Exactly.
And at the minute, and on historical grounds, Review, at least until last season, has been proven to be useful at that. Last season, I gave up using it halfway through because it was shite. And as soon as I gave up using it, I went up from like 5 million to 100,000.
To be fair, so did the people that use it, I think. We can't name names. I'm not allowed to name names. But the people that use it, they all went up as well. I mean, we all did, didn't we? Because we all use those chips at the same time.
Yeah, it was a good strategy. It worked for us, didn't it?
All the casuals had already used all their chips. That's normally when we all fly up the charts, isn't it? The last 7 or 8 game weeks. It's going to be even worse this season, isn't it? Because everything's so skewed. Like all us that use there are people going to be using chips in the first 3 game weeks, and they're going to be like 100 points ahead of us, aren't they? So the ranks aren't going to really equalise for so long. It's going to be pointless looking at your rank, I think, this season.
Yeah, I'm just going to put this slide up. Please do join our PubCast mini league, S3D HWZ, S3D HWZ. I'll just put that out, Trig, while we're talking. Yeah, I don't know. Solio. So the thing is, to me, Review, even though it had a shit season last season, it was proven for a few years before that. Mark Southerns, Praz, all those guys, used it or at least referred to it. They told me this when I interviewed them, so I'm not giving away anything that's not been said to me on my channel before. But we don't know. With the defensive contributions coming in, we don't know which model is going to handle this better. We don't know if Solio is going to be reliable at all. I know it's getting a lot of love at the minute, but it's completely untested, Greg. Completely untested.
It is.
Until we actually see what it does and how it matches up to actual football, there's no way of... Doesn't matter how fun it is to play with and how graphically great it looks, it's untested. So, as usual, every season for me, the information I take on board, whether it's listening to content, watching certain, whether I watch the Sky Sports highlights or match of the day or whatever, I don't watch that many live matches. Every season, I'm looking at what's the best source of information, and it might mean me listening to a different content creator, looking at a different model, it's always like a balance. But and that's one of the beauties for me of playing the game. Do you know what I mean?
There's a very interesting point you made the other day about watching football matches being pay to win.
Well,
as a counter argument for people accusing the analytic crowd of paying to win.
Well, I wasn't
Watching
saying
football is paying to win.
I wasn't saying that, but it's usually the hardcore. You can only watch football. The only way you can play FPL is to watch football. It's usually those people who make the argument that using models like review is pay to win. You know what I mean? So the point I was making is if I wanted to just watch football, it's going to cost me £50-60 a month. Whereas an FPL review subscription, I don't know exactly how much it costs. Costs like £5 or maybe £4 a month.
Which one?
Review, it might be different. I don't know. Again, I've got it on a monthly subscription.
No, it's very cheap. I think, it's very, I think it cost me like $8 New Zealand a month or something like that.
How much is Solio going to cost, isn't it?
Oh, no one knows yet. All they said was it will be priced very competitively.
Okay, all right. Let's have a look and see if we got any questions before we wrap up. Zooming up. Sammy's saying, I don't think there are any questions, just Trig. I think the chat are. Hippie says, ask my question on Blue Sky about making ownership secret. We already did that.
We've asked that one.
We already did that, Hippie. You must have been in the toilet or something, mate. We spent about 5 or 10 minutes talking about it, didn't we, Trig?
His way getting stoned or something, probably.
Trig, I think we should wrap it up, mate. Unless you got anything else you want to say.
Yeah, it's been very good. I mean, I love doing these. I can talk for like 10 hours if people kept asking questions. What have we been going for now? An hour and 40 minutes or something like that, is it?
We probably should have done more of it. Rather than me spending bloody hours making slides like I did last week, we could have just done some of these and we would have probably got more views and more likes than the things we've been doing. But we've had fun. But next week, so I'll do the plugs. Thanks, Podner. Next week, we will be back on Saturday night to actually talk, to actually react to what's happened on Saturday. I'm going to be incredibly hungover and possibly feeling sick because I'm going to get incredibly pissed at Fest the night before.
I'm going to be extremely tired and feeling very sick because I probably have like 10 points from 12 players and it's going to be an absolute shit show.
Oh, God, don't start that, mate. Don't start that.
It's going to be interesting to see how we both cope with doing these when we've had a terrible game week, isn't it? I normally just turn the computer off and go and sulk for the day.
And it's not just going to be me and you next week, Trig. We're going to be joined by Roberto and D-Unit as well. So we've got...
is it all 4 of us next week?
All 4 of us. So we're all going to be able to moan about, shit. Probably knowing our luck, D-Unit will have had a great week and we will all have shit ones.
Well, that's going to be interesting because like 3 of us are going to have a terrible week and he's going to have, or we're all going to have a good week and he's going to have a bad week.
Let's hope for the latter.
Unless if Salah gets 7 or 8 points and we'll all have a good week. But,
and please join us for the podcast where we will, I'll tell you one thing that's been annoying me this week, Greg. I saw one FPL content creator today posted tonight my final team reviewed, and then I clicked on the video, and in the first 20 seconds he said, "This is my final team until my final team reveal on Wednesday."
Yeah. And they haven't started them yet, have they?
Well, the first one happens tonight. Everyone is going to be doing that. It's just, why don't you do that? So Michael was saying, are you doing a live stream next Friday? No, I am not, mate, because I'm going to be at Fest getting drunk. We will be doing next Saturday. I would recommend, I don't know 100% if they're doing it, but if you guys want to support independent content creators like myself and Nick, I do believe Elite FPL are planning to do one. And I think there's a slight, I think D-Unit might do one. I think Andrew might do one. I don't know if the latter 2 are happening. I don't know if any of those are definitely happening, but
I might do my first I might do my first live stream this week sometime, but it won't be at the deadline.
Oh, all right.
But if I can think of something to talk about.
Oh, get me on me. Well, people probably had enough of me and you together, haven't
they? Yeah, trouble is I haven't worked out how to add a guest in OBS to do it on OBS. So I've only worked out how I can do it on my own. But I mean, I could do a one of these on.
To be fair, it's best to do it by yourself first, I think, Trig, and then worry about getting guests on after that. What was I talking about?
Live stream.
Oh, yes.
Stevo.
So on Wednesday, yes, so on Wednesday we will be doing the PubCast. Very exciting. We'll be giving our team reveals and so forth. Me, Trig, and D Unit will definitely be there. Can I say who we're hoping to get on?
Say who.
Yeah, well, we're hoping to get Stevo on for his first time. He'll have joined us during the on the PubCast. If we do get Steve on, it will be at 7:30. Maybe we'll just go at 7:30 anyway, Trig. I don't know. So hopefully join myself, Stevo, Trig, and D Unit for the final PubCast before game week 1. It's very exciting, Trig, isn't it? It's going to be a busy week.
Very, very exciting. I'm not actually making my team until Thursday, Friday, though, so I don't know. I'll have a pretty good idea by the time we go on the PubCast, right?
Yeah, I mean, what my plan is, Trig, this is how much of a dork I am. I'm going to go to Fest. I'm not going to drink anything all day, and then at 5:30, I've booked a hotel room. I'm going to go up to my hotel room, listen to FPL and Let's Talk FPL Andy's deadline stream, make my transfers, and then go back down and get pissed afterwards. Because I'm like, I cannot.
Why on earth would you be picking your team based on a deadline stream? You should have it well locked in well before then.
All right, but say that Van Dijk's injured or something, and that comes out in the deadline stream.
Oh, that's true. So you're only going to change one of your players if Andy doesn't have one of his... he doesn't tell us all that Gabriel's injured beforehand.
Exactly.
Ruin the season before it's even begun.
Exactly. So, I mean, that could well happen. I mean, I know we didn't get many leaks towards the start last season, but it's a new season. We don't know what's going to happen.
Especially with Liverpool being the first match. I don't like it, to be honest. It couldn't it? That could be a real blockbuster. I mean, some people could even find out that Salah's picked up a knock on the way to the ground or something, and the people that know that would have such a huge advantage. It's Liverpool being first. That's why they should have moved the deadline, because it's massive, isn't it? That's being first up like that.
Well, that's going to be my advantage. Raptor and Mate and all those people will be in there making money, doing their own deadline streams in Fest, and I'll be upstairs listening to Andy, and I'll be able to move first if anything happens. You know what I mean? That's my.
Are they making a stream from Fest, from a pub?
They did last
deadline streams from a pub.
Last year, I saw. Well, I can't remember if it was last year, but certainly in the last couple of years, I've seen Raptor do them. I've seen Focal do them. Like they've all got their beards and their. I think Raptor drinks a brandy or something, and I've seen a lot of them do it last year.
Oh dear! So they're not going to be able to find leaks, are they, if they're doing all that?
Well, they'll probably all be watching Andy as well.
You're right. Andy's going to be the one, isn't he? But I don't know if he'd share it if he does find out this time after what happened with the Gabriel incident. He'll probably keep it to himself.
He will. Anyways, Trig,
hopefully the odds on Solio will tell us what's happening.
Yeah, Trig, let's get out of it, mate. Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully, and if not, we'll see you next Saturday night. Have a good game week 1.